What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. Today, we're doing the video that you guys have been asking for. I'm sure Mike is getting it. I'm getting it on Instagram and email. God, that cursed email. But we're finally going to talk about the Green Day compilation, the details. With me is Mike, the owner of Coffin Cursed Records. So, Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's the day before Thanksgiving, and I live in the backwoods of Tennessee. So if anybody hears any gunshots in the background, that truly is people hunting in my neighborhood. So all day today, I've heard shotgun blasts. So if you hear that, don't be confused. It's real.
It's bands waiting for you to answer their email. But,
yeah, the band from Sacramento that's sent an email every day for the last 30 days. They found where I live.
All right, so we'll give we want to talk about the plans for this release, because this is without a doubt this will be the biggest release I've ever been a part of in terms of volume and bands. So there's a lot of details to get through. We want to be transparent with everybody who's waiting and the bands and everything. So let's talk now about what the plans for the physical releases and where we kind of are at to date. Because I think has it been a month? I feel like it's been about a month since we've kind of launched this and been working through it.
A little over. It was right because we did a Halloween video, so it's been about 5 weeks.
Damn, yeah, it's been about 5 weeks. So we did an initial post. So if you're watching this and you're like, what are these guys even talking about? About early mid-October, we announced that Punk Rock Radar and Coffin Curse were going to work together and do a Green Day tribute compilation album. We asked bands to reply to an email, greendaycomp@gmail.com, if they wanted to be a part of it. And I expected maybe 100 entries. And we've gotten over 800 at this. Every time I open that email, I get stressed out. So it's been a while since I've actually gone in there, but it was well over 800. And I listened to 200, 300 bands. And I think what we've decided now is a double LP release. That's going to be on 5 or 10 it's going to be a lot. It's a double LP, with each LP being limited to X amount. I don't know if we've announced a number yet, but 5 different variants per LP, right? Is that where we've settled on?
Yeah. And so there's going to be a design that's going to be specific for the first double LP. So there'll be like double LP 1 will be one specific artistic layout, but done by one specific artist with a theme. Double LP 2 will have a whole nother theme done by a whole different artist. So we're not only just doing 4 LPs spread over 2 gatefold jackets, but they're going to be 2 different artwork styles, and it's going to feature around, what did we decide, about 80 bands, 80 songs spread out throughout the 4 LPs?
Yeah, I think we've got somewhere between 60 and 70 confirmed bands for the vinyl LP. Whatever we can fit.
And what initially, when you came to me with this idea, our initial plan was 1 double LP exclusively, because we expected, like you said, John, we expected about 100 submissions. We cut the submissions off at 750 and still got another 100, maybe 50 to 100 submissions since we cut it off.
Yeah.
So people have been pretty ferocious about that email.
Yeah. So we did something about that I don't think we've mentioned yet, but there's going to be on top of those 60 to 70 bands on the vinyl LP, we're going to now, if we didn't contact you yet, don't stress, because we're also going to do we're going to do a CD mini box set, essentially, right? With this, how many discs would this be?
Yeah. I don't think that we're dead set yet. it's going to be at minimum a 2 CD box set. It could be a 3. It won't be more than 3 because that's where it gets super pricey because you have to do specific, specialty boxes. But so like John said, the bands that are being featured, the bands that we have chosen to be featured on the vinyl, they already know.
Mm-hmm.
So if you weren't contacted, unfortunately, we've already chosen the bands that are going to be on the vinyl. That doesn't mean anything negative against your band, your song, your music. It's just the nature of the beast. We received 800 plus submissions, and we can basically afford roughly 150 to maybe 200 tops songs spread over the CD comp, the 2 vinyl comps. So if you haven't been contacted yet, don't give up hope. We're still going through all of the submissions to kind of pick a secondary round. We went through and we chose what we wanted to feature band-wise for the vinyl comp. And then John and I both talked about how there's a lot of really solid bands left and we would like to feature them somehow. And I was like, the initial idea was to do the vinyl comp also as a CD. And then I suggested we just don't do the CDs at all for the vinyl. So if you're on the vinyl comp, you're only going to be on the vinyl. And then we're going to do this CD comp that is going to be exclusive. Now, all the songs will eventually make it to streaming and digital, but the CD comp will be exclusively, if you're chosen to be on the CD comp, you'll be on the CDs and you'll be on digital and Bandcamp. But we haven't chosen those yet. So we still have, we're not, that's something that John and I have to decide. It's going to be around the 100 band mark. So there's still 100 bands that we can pick to be on the CD.
Yes. So yeah, just to reiterate, not a single band has been picked for the CD yet. So you have like a 1 in 8 shot at this point to make it on. So don't give up hope. And it's just like the busiest time of the year, right? So we're kind of not slow rolling this, but we're taking our time. We're going to listen to all the bands and we'll start reaching out about the CD in the next couple weeks. Like obviously we've got deadlines to hit, we've got production to hit and everything. So it's not going to be too much longer. And we're working on it. And I have a couple that I kind of jotted down notes about, but it'll be pretty soon. So you're gonna have to keep an eye out for an email from greendaycomp@gmail.com. We'll be reaching out with whatever we need from you guys. And hopefully we can get this all buttoned up before the end of the year. But there is something we haven't, I don't know if we've revealed it yet, but we have a third partner for this release, which I'm super excited about. Mike, if you want to unveil that.
Yeah, so we're also going to partner with Tapehead City for an exclusive cassette tape release. We haven't decided what that's going to be yet. We need to get with Tapehead City and get their opinions as well. The tape is going to be exclusive to I'm not sure that it's going to be exclusive to Tapehead City. It'll most likely be exclusive to tapeheadcity.com. They are the purveyors of online tape distributors right now. That's my go-to. When I buy tapes from Tapehead City. Yep. And so maybe both of the vinyl comps will be the tape. Maybe the CDs will be the tape. That hasn't been decided yet. Again, we'll make that determination soon. But there will be one of these comps in some format will be on a double cassette release that'll be exclusive to Tapehead City. It'll have exclusive artwork to Tapehead City. So even if we choose to do, let's say we choose to do the first double LP vinyl as our tape exclusive, that art will still be amended a little bit to have an exclusivity to Tapehead City.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so excited. Tapehead City, like you said, they are the spot for tapes. Yeah. Based in Long Island, they've helped me out with the Cassette Week promos before when I've done stuff. So it's going to be awesome to see that artwork and see that project come to fruition. So really stoked to have Tapehead City involved with this. So shout out to them. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say, we haven't announced any of the bands who are going to be on this yet. And the plan will be to wait. We're going to wait until the finish. We have the tracks in hand. We don't want to be advertising because we got some amazing bands. Some of my favorite bands are on this comp. So I don't want to be shouting out like, hey, this band is part of this or this. And then maybe something falls through. Like we said, it's the busiest time of the year. bands in general, maybe not the best with deadlines. I don't want to say anything, but we're going to wait and we're going to announce the bands as they start to come through with the masters, which we're shooting for mid to late January. So if we did contact you like that January 14th date that I said, that's what we're shooting for. So hopefully we start to see the band announcements around that time, mid to late January.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I'm in a few bands myself. I've been in bands for 30 years. You can't always, there's a lot of moving parts. I mean, a band that we picked to be on the comp that really wants to be on the comp, they literally might be like, listen, man, we can't get into the studio that we want to get into until May. So we're going to have to drop, and that's not their fault. So shit happens.
Yeah. No, totally. That's a couple of bands already. They're like, hey, we booked studio time at this. We may have it like here. That's like, we're understanding. Like it's a charity comp. Like nothing is set in stone. So we're just super appreciative of the bands that do want to participate, and so many people wanted to get involved. Like it means the world. So like we understand shit happens, especially around this time of year and with such kind of tight deadlines. So it was like a 3-month period to go learn the song, record it, get it all set up. Like we understand it's a little bit tight. So we'll work with any of the bands that are lagging a bit, as long as it's not crazy. And then,
yeah, I mean, like I just now, I've got an Operation Ivy tribute comp that's coming out on December 5th. So right around the time that this video drops, my Operation Ivy comp will be coming out. My own band, our song that we recorded for the comp was the last song finished for the comp. And I'm the one putting it together. So it just goes to show you can't really, scheduling shit happens.
Yeah. And then Mike, anything else about the release before we get into our donation partners you wanted to shout out?
I want to say this real quick. So you touched on something and I'll forget it because I have a one-track mind before we get to that. So the email thing. So we want to ask that you're watching this right now. Don't take this video as your opportunity to go, oh, I need to jump on that email and email them again and remind them that my band exists. Listen, what's slowing this process down is the overwhelming amount of emails. And I'm not talking bad about anybody. I respect the hustle. I get it. I respect the grind. I'm a grinder myself. But the amount of bands, I mean, there's a solid probably 20 bands that will email daily. We're getting emailed 1, 2, 3 times a week, almost daily from some bands saying, why haven't you replied to me? Why haven't you replied to me? And that's slowing us down. We're having to wade through the waters of these emails. So please don't use this as, yes, we haven't chosen the bands yet for the CDs. Please don't use this as an opportunity to email again and say, hey, I emailed already, but I want to bump that email. That's just going to slow us down. So if you've emailed us, we've got your email. We are going to listen to every single submission. Now, I'll say this. If you sent an email and you didn't give us anything to listen to, there were a lot of those. There was probably a solid 50 emails where it's like, hey, I would like to cover this song. No link to any music for us to check out. Those are never going to get any kind of interest because we don't have the time to go searching out your Bandcamp because you neglected to put a link in the email. But otherwise, we've got the emails. We're going to work through them.
Yes. And you reminded me too, there is because the ones I did reach out to. So if we did reach out to you for the vinyl, and if we do reach out to you for the CD, what you can do to expedite this along, PNG logo of your band photo, a bio, and just like anything what the Green Day song you picked means to you, or any type of Green Day anecdote that we can put in the release is super helpful. So if we reached out to you, we connected, and you're confirmed for either one, if you could send that is super helpful. It's something else we can cross off the list. But yeah, I'm in the process of making a spreadsheet of all the bands that submitted, and we can listen, and then Mike and I will talk about which 100 other bands will be on the CD. 100-ish other bands will be on the CD. So I do want to move on to our donation partners. So Mike and I each picked a charity that 100% of the proceeds are going to for this. Like, that's the reason we're doing it. And Mike, if you want to go first with your charity, I think you've worked with them in the past too.
Yeah, so my wife and I are huge animal lovers. We currently have 4 dogs. My wife and I have been married. This coming April will be our 20th anniversary. We've been together for 25 years. And in that time, we've had 8 dogs. Thankfully, all of our dogs have lived to be late in life, but all of our dogs have been shelter dogs. We're adopters. And yes, there's a lot of charities that we could. I've raised money for the SPCA. I've raised money for hunger relief. I do a toy drive every winter for Toys for Tots and local toy drives here in East Tennessee. So there's a lot of things we could do, but John and I decided we're going to do our charitable aspect for this comp is going to be for animal shelters, no kill animal shelters to be more specific. And my chosen shelter is located here in Knoxville in East Tennessee. It's Young Williams Animal Shelter. Actually, it's Young Williams Animal Rescue. They are a no-kill shelter here located in East Tennessee. They absolutely will not put an animal down no matter how long it's in the shelter. They do great work. I've done canned food drives and dry food drives for them, and I've done charitable financial drives for them in the past. So that's my chosen charity. I've gotten a dog myself from Young Williams. They're great.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, and that's why I'm like been so passionate about this. I'm right with you. I'm a huge animal person. Like nothing in this world tugs on my heartstrings. They're like those animal like commercials that air on the holidays, and I always want to do something. And last year, and I don't want to throw shade because it's a great organization. Last year I did for a week in December anything somebody bought on the website, I donate 100% of that to the ASPCA. And part of this is on me. I didn't realize if you donate to the ASPCA, it's automatically a monthly donation. And I did not realize that I did it in January, and then February, March, then I started to realize, like, wait a minute, like this is like every month I'm donating the same amount. So what I did for my charity this year, I picked Care of DC, which is the Dutchess County, which is where I grew up. It's a no-kill nonprofit pet adoption agency that Lewis's fiance actually volunteers there weekly, and she recommended it to me. And she's gotten dogs from there. She's fostered dogs from there. I am a cat dad. I've been a cat dad my whole life, but when my wife and I eventually take the step and get a dog, we'll be adopting from there for sure, because they do great things for animals. It's a great spot. She has nothing but good things to say about them. So Care of DC, Dutchess County will be where my portion goes, and I'm super happy to support them in any way I can. It's a great organization. I'll leave links to both of them down below so you could check them out and just do whatever research you'd like. But yeah, like it's a special release for us, so I'm super stoked.
Yeah. Is Dutchess County, is that Long Island?
It's upstate New York, Hudson Valley.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
About 90 minutes to 2 hours from the city area.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think that's most of the details. So Mike, anything else you want to say, or what's going on at Coffin, Chris? Anything you could share with us? Maybe a little insight in the Op Ivy comp even.
Yeah. So the Op Ivy comp, it's almost sold out in pre-order. So I've got the Op Ivy comp was a CD and tape exclusive. So I've only got right now, as I sit, today is the day before Thanksgiving. I know this is going to come out closer to December, but as of right now, on Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving, I have 3 copies of the tape left for pre-order. And then once those are gone, it'll be sold out. I have about 35 copies of the CD left. So if you go to coffincurserecords.com and you see a tape that's available or a CD that's available, please grab one. This the Op Ivy comp is also for charity. It's to be added to my Toys for Tots drive. So this year I did a whole Op Ivy line. I did the CD, I did the comp, I did a hoodie, a T-shirt, a sticker, and a patch. And 100% of the sales, 100% of the revenue that came in from the sales of anything Op Ivy related, plus the toy drive that we're doing at here in Knoxville on Friday, December 5th. Our toy drive is at a venue here in Knoxville called the Birdhouse. And every toy that's collected at the toy drive, plus all the money that I've made off of the Op Ivy set, That's all going to be turned around, and my wife and I are going to go buy new, unopened, unused toys with a $10 value. So we've done this now. This is our eighth year in a row of doing the toy drive, and that's what we've got going on right now. Already, just with Op sales alone, there's already over $800 that will be turned into toys. Our toy drives usually draw about 200 toys. Some people will, negate bringing a toy and just pay a $10 admission. So the deal with our toy drive is it's $10 or a $10 unopened value toy. So usually we get about 200 toys collected at our toy drives. So we think that this year's going to be our biggest one yet because of the Op Ivy comp. And my goal is to hit 1,000 $10 value toys, which will be quite a few trips to the drop-off point.
Damn, that's amazing.
Last year was kind of a lower year for us, and we collected 400 toys. The year before last, we collected 900, and that took, at the time I had a minivan, which I don't have anymore, but that was 4 trips in the minivan from my house to the drop-off point. So if we collect 1,000, my wife and I right now, the biggest car we have is a Hyundai Santa Fe. So if we do collect 1,000, it's going to be about 8 trips to the drop-off point. So, but it's my favorite part of the year. I mean, I'm a Christmas baby. I was born on December 25th. So, and I've never had kids, and all this stuff is just kind of near and dear to my heart. So it's my favorite part of the time of the year. I'm a big holiday guy.
Yeah, that's so cool that you're doing that. And I'll put it up on the screen. All the Op Ivy stuff. If you guys want to grab it, well, you still can. It sounds like maybe by the time this comes out, there'll only be a couple left. So go grab it. I'm going to get a CD for sure because I want to check some of these bands out and support a great cause. Let's make Mike make those extra trips to the to the drop off point. But
I'm all about it.
Yeah, we will wrap it up here. We'll do another couple videos like as it gets closer and as we get more details and more bands. Maybe we'll do a couple of videos like talking about some of the bands and maybe snippets of some of the songs. We could do teasers and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll just say it one more time. greendaycomp@gmail.com is we're checking them, and you will have an answer in the next 3 weeks because we want to give you enough time to actually take care of things. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for updates, if you're into purchasing it, pre-orders, all that stuff will be 2026 at some point. You can follow both of us on social media to get updates on that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to Mike for taking the time the day before Thanksgiving, kind of a crazy day to record this. But yeah, make sure you follow Mike at Coffin Curse and check out coffincurserecords.bigcartel.com to grab some of his cool merch and awesome bands. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.